Hello and welcome back to Aussie Frugal Family. My name is Rachel and this is a day in my life as a mostly stay-at-home mum with 2 young children. So this was Monday morning and my husband went for a surf on the days that the toddler does not have kindy. He goes for a surf. I allow this because I get to do my gym stuff in the middle of the day. I take the kids to creche to organise that. So yeah, it just means that he gets a bit of time as well. He's only just started back from since before we had our last baby, just because it hasn't really been feasible to leave in the morning with 2 small children. But yeah, so on the 2 days that the toddler goes to kindy, he drops her off before he goes to work, and on the other days he can get up early. He's gone before we get up and he goes for a surf, or at least goes to look at the surf. So yeah, he did that today. So the first thing I did was get up. The kids got up quite early as well, which is sort of unfortunate because I do like to go upstairs and sort of clean up and make them breakfast and stuff first, but that's okay. I just made breakfast with them. And yeah, then we started cleaning up the kitchen, but not before I treated myself a little bit. I made myself a collagen drink. This is from the Collagen Co. and I do have a discount code if you're interested. I also took my supplements. I take vitamin D, lysine, and a calcium supplement. Calcium supplements aren't known to work particularly well. They may not get absorbed very well by the body, but I just got these for free when I was pregnant, so I'm just taking them until they're all gone. And the vitamin D is just because I have not been in the sun very much over winter, and I do have a history of vitamin D deficiency, so yeah, that's something that I take every day. I find it really difficult to take even small moments for myself as a mother. My toddler is very, very, very attached to me, which is lovely. She's the most beautiful, loving, affectionate girl, but it can be exhausting. And I never really experienced the whole touched out thing until I had our second child. And I think just having him always on me, obviously, because he's a baby, and then her also wanting to also always be on me, it's a bit overwhelming. But anyway, yeah, took my supplements and then I started on the kitchen. This is something that I prefer to do at night, like the night before. I really, really don't like waking up to a disgusting, messy kitchen. It makes the day just start on a bad note, I find. I have had a discussion with my husband and I've said, look, if you want to go surfing in the morning, can you please do the kitchen at night while I'm doing like baby bedtime and stuff like that? He forgot this night, but hopefully he remembers in the future, because yeah, I just feel like that's fair, because it is a bit brutal to wake up and have to clean the kitchen before I do anything else when I have 2 small humans with me as well that I have to do everything for. So yeah, this is what the kitchen then looked like when a child needed me next. So I didn't quite clean everything, but I was needed. What can you do? This is what our living room situation is currently looking like. Everything is just a big mess on Monday mornings, I find. I guess after the weekend, both kids are home on Friday, and then Saturday and Sunday, everything just gets messy. Luckily, the children decided to play by themselves together, which is lovely. I'm loving this age because they can sort of entertain each other and it's beautiful. And I used that time to have a quick tidy. It's not perfect, there's still stuff around, but it's pretty good. After I had the tidy, it was time to get ready for the day. So we watched some screen time while I brushed the toddler's hair.
I really need to go through the fruit bowl. The toddler has been mushing some things.
I feel so
we've got pears in the fruit bowl.
But I'm going to show you because it was a real part of my day. So prepare yourselves. Pilates was a fail again. My baby is not happy to go to the gym creche anymore, and I know it's such like a first world problem, but like that 1 hour every couple of days, the only time that I ever got alone I'm not going to be able to do it anymore. He just, like, it's very obvious that he's not happy there. And there's no point in me spending money, a lot of money, to put him in there when I get 15, 20 minutes of Pilates. Again, massive first world problem, but I am pretty devastated because if you've been watching my videos for a while, you'll know that I was really struggling with 2 children. The transition's not been easy, and I finally found something that made it easier, and I was happy, and now I can't do that anymore. And I don't know, like, it might not be forever. He might get okay with it again, but I don't know, people will be like, it's only a season, but that Pilates was helping me now. I've got to get through the now. And just in terms of like my body as well, like my back was killing me carting around 2 children, and this was helping, and I was feeling stronger and good. And I know people will be like, just do Pilates at home. It's not that easy with children, and it's not the same when it's not reformer. Like, it's just again, very privileged take, but I'm just devastated that I can't do the thing that I wanted to do. But we're about to go to the beach, so I should be happy and grateful, and we're having a good day, and we're gonna have a good day. I'm just sad for myself. I feel so silly about that emotional outburst now, because look at what I got to do afterwards. We went to visit my dad in Palm Beach. I grew up in Palm Beach before it was like expensive, though. If you know about Palm Beach, like 20 plus years ago, it was not fancy. It was kind of scummy. But anyway, we had the most beautiful little time at the beach, and my dad looked after the baby so I could spend some quality time with the toddler, and it was just beautiful. And after that whole emotional outburst, I just want everyone to know how grateful I actually am for having such a beautiful life. I really am grateful. I really am so privileged. I'm so lucky that I get to spend lots of time with my babies in beautiful places. They get to grow up, you know, on the beach and in the rainforest and at parks and playgrounds and creeks. And yeah, it's just really is a privilege to be able to experience that. And that is really what my life is about at the moment. It's just difficult when something that has been keeping you together is removed or taken away. That has been rough. So yeah, I will try and figure out another way to do the thing that keeps me sane. But yeah, for now, it's just a little bit hard. But anyway, once we came home from the beach, I decided to make some dinner. I actually put on a movie for the toddler, and the baby was just hanging out and playing. And yeah, I had spent so much time with them today, so I figured a little movie was not going to hurt. So I started prepping for a beef stroganoff, and this is the first time I've used the Mingle seasoning for the beef stroganoff, and it was really good. I try to get everything organised for dinner. I've said this so many times, but I try to get everything organised for dinner just whenever I can during the day, because otherwise it's chaos. My husband gets home around 4:30, and I try to have dinner on the table for when he gets home, because it just gives us a bit more time to then like clean up and do the showers and stuff. And the baby usually goes to bed at about 5:30 anyway, so it's not a lot of time to get everyone fed and bathed and things like that. And no, the baby does not sleep by himself. No, he is not a unicorn child. He needs me sleeping right next to him, otherwise he will wake straight up. He used to be quite a good sleeper, just on his own. But yeah, just because I think he's been so sick for so much of his life, He just sort of got used to the contact naps, and now it's the only way he'll sleep. And honestly, I'm not that mad about it either. It really affords me an opportunity to have a little bit of a rest. Obviously, it's not always easy. I'm like lying down breastfeeding, and it's still uncomfortable, but it is beautiful. It's a lovely little moment that I get to spend with him. And yeah, I just think that's really important. That whole sort of sentiment of like sleep when the baby sleeps. I know that's not always feasible, but at least resting when the baby is resting, if you can, is very important. That's so important for mums, especially if you're like breastfeeding. That's very exhausting. Even if you're not, being a mother is exhausting. It's amazing and beautiful, and I love it, but it's exhausting, and it's so important for us to rest. Baby sleep time is also the only time that I have to do social media stuff as well. There's no one like looking after my kids while I do it. I don't understand how mums are vloggers and influencers and content creators and stuff. I find it really difficult to do that sort of stuff around my kids. I try not to be on my phone a whole heap. We try not to do too much screen time. The only time we really do screen time is if like I desperately need to pack the car for us to go somewhere. I feel okay about putting a little show on for my toddler just to sort of keep her busy while I get us ready for the day. And I feel okay about that because it's like I'm giving her the screen time so that we can get out and about. You know what I mean? And the only other time I really do it is if, I need to like cook dinner and we've been out all day or something, or if the baby needs to sleep and the toddler is not interested in playing independently, then we'll often watch a movie or something like that while the baby sleeps on me. But yeah, I just try not to be on my phone too much. I try not to do too much screen time in front of them so that I can sort of explain to them or sort of live up to what I'm preaching. Does that make sense? Anyway, so yeah, sort of went off on a tangent there, but basically what I'm getting at is I don't want to be on my phone editing videos and stuff while my kids are around. I'll occasionally film some things like what we're doing or like what I'm cooking and stuff, but yeah, most of the time it's just not. Yeah, speaking of which, the baby's awake and I better end this video. Screen time's not something that we want to encourage. So anyway, I made the stroganoff. It was really good. I added mushrooms and also some extra spinach and zucchini just for a few extra veggies, and yeah, it was quite good. After dinner, because I didn't get my Pilates in, I decided to take the dog for a walk by myself. I think this is going to be something that I adopt on the days that I'm alone with, well, not alone, but looking after the babies without my husband. Because it's like I was saying, mums just need rest, not just rest though, also some alone time. So yeah, this was really nice actually, and we live in such a beautiful spot, as you can tell. So again, something to be so grateful for, and I just feel so silly that I was sitting there in my car crying when this is my life. Like, but that's how I was feeling. So anyway, thank you so much for watching, and yeah, let me know what your experience was like. If you've gone from 1 to 2 children, did other people find it that hard? I know people are like, it's the hardest transition, but I don't know why I find it so exceptionally hard. It seems like other people are able to do it. My mum's always like, well, I did it. And so many people do. Oh yeah, I don't know. Is it this hard for everyone? It can't be, right? I don't know. Anyway, I will see you in my next video. Thank you again. I really appreciate all the support, because your support is helping us live this beautiful, amazing life with my beautiful little babies. So thank you, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.